Trump's victory this week marked only the second time this century that a Republican won the popular vote. A lot of the national election coverage focused on those 7 battleground states. It brings us to today's good question. Dwight asking, why doesn't the overall popular vote carry any weight in the presidential election? All states are important, but it really only comes down to about 20% of our states as a whole. Well, Victor Puente looked into that and got us an answer to that good question.
There were 7 swing states this year, so it was really more like 14%. That point still stands. Under our current system, some states matter more than others in the presidential election. The Electoral College, which is a process, not a place, came about in 1787 during the Constitutional Convention as a compromise between having a popular vote and allowing Congress to choose the president. Proponents of the idea said it would prevent large states with higher populations from overshadowing smaller states during the election. At the time, generally only white men who owned property had the right to vote. Southern states were incentivized to agree with the Electoral College because there were hundreds of thousands of people enslaved in the South. Under the 3/5 compromise, Southern states could count 3/5 of their enslaved populations in their total census, giving them more votes than the Electoral College. Voting rights have since expanded. Now each state gets a number of electoral votes equal to their members of Congress, so at least 2 senators and however many representatives a state has. Also, Washington, D.C. gets 3. Current critics of the college say the issue now is that presidential candidates only focus on states where the race is close. And there was no incentive for Harris to go to Texas or Trump to go to California other than fundraising. But they made multiple trips to Pennsylvania, and a state like Wisconsin was much more important under this system than it would be under a popular vote. It's also possible for a candidate to lose the popular vote but win the presidency, as Donald Trump did in 2016. There have been efforts to get rid of the college, but they have all failed. That would require lawmakers to change the U.S. Constitution. If you have a good question, just email us, goodquestion@wkyt.com. I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.